So, Elizabeth, I had to postpone the meeting to be here. What do you want us to talk about?
Well, you know we're supposed to discuss the date that we'll be traveling to the village.
Couldn't we have discussed that at home? Please, don't tell me that's the only reason why I'm here.
Do I need a reason to have lunch with my own husband?
Okay, fine. You always postponed on the date. But since we're here now, what date have you finally decided?
Well, Mrs. Williams, over here. Fancy meeting you here at this time of the day. What are the odds? Join us.
Thanks, but I'm here for the executive member meeting of our neighborhood welfare committee.
I thought the meetings are usually on weekends.
They are. This is an emergency session. The committee secretary resigned and she's moving.
I heard that Mr. Sanchez had traveled for 3 months. Obviously, she did not steal the stash for him.
He kicked her out as soon as he returned.
And the Constitution of the Welfare Committee, Section 25, I think, states that the secretary must maintain an impeccable moral standing.
You read the Constitution?
I love reading all that political stuff. That's just who I am. The Constitution also states that the secretary must have an exemplary relationship with her husband.
In order to serve as a role model for younger couples. Section 27, subsection 1. You sound like an executive member already. You should come around during the election and see how things run.
Really? Thanks. But I'm not sure I can make it. Taffy and I will be traveling.
Oh, what a shame. Well, I have to go. I'm running late. Good day, Mr. Joe.
Good day, madam.
She's impressed.
You brought me here to score points with Mrs. Williams?
Can't we simply have lunch and just enjoy each other's company?
Sure. So, have you decided on the date?
Sure. After the election. I just know Mrs. Williams is going to recommend me as the new secretary. Look, if it's about the sexy dancers that I sent to your office...
You did what? Send dancers to my office?
That's not why you're upset, is it?
They must be on their way to my office. Yes, Mr. Ojo speaking. Is that Benja's security post? Any moment from now, a group of ladies will be asking to see me. Don't let them through the gate. Their names. What is their name?
The Lollipop Squad.
What do they look like?
Heavyweights, front and back.
Just tell anybody I'm not receiving visitors today.
But they would have given the whole office a great show. Your colleagues would have told their wives and then, bam! Instant popularity for me.
So this is all about you gaining popularity?
And about creating the proper image to become the secretary of the welfare committee. Innovative and daring.
Or more like reckless and plain silly. I was going to make a presentation today at my office, but instead of my presentation papers, I found this.
Taffy, I'm sorry I forgot them in there. I wanted to return your presentation materials, but I just got carried away. There was a fight today.
A fight? Between Nicole and Samuel?
The Okons. Mrs. Okon nearly bit off Mr. Okon's ear. You see, he had put shaving powder on her eyebrows when she was sleeping, and then when she woke up, she now...
Elizabeth, are you not getting carried away?
Oh, with the story?
No, about becoming secretary.
Mrs. Williams is the kingmaker of the committee. She's going to recommend me.
And you are certain of?
As certain as Mrs. Okon's missing eyebrows and what's left of her mustache. The legendary ones wrote their great speeches by hand. I have a dream.
As we all know, our secretary, Mrs. Sanchez, has resigned and is no longer with us.
She's not coming. She was supposed to return my gold watch.
You can kiss the watch goodbye.
And she stole my boyfriend.
I know Mrs. Sanchez has her faults.
And they are so monumental. She even had to seduce my butler.
No wonder. 2 of my gardeners quit to work for her.
That woman has some major issues.
The main agenda for today is to nominate candidates who will fill in the role of secretary. Any nominees? Mrs. Williams, the podium is yours.
Thank you. I am here to nominate someone that I know will fit perfectly as the secretary of our committee. She is a woman that knows the true meaning of sacrifice, as she has left her very busy schedule to be here with us today. She is smart, innovative, and friendly. Ladies, I present to you Mrs.
I have a dream. I'm so excited. I have a dream to use my top-notch abilities and stupendous faculties to serve as secretary of this blue ribbon committee. I have a dream to take us to newer and greater heights. I have a dream. Thank you.
Fabulous. Just fabulous.
Well, for the first time in the history of our committee, we have a self-nominated candidate. Mrs. Your name, madam?
Elizabeth Ojo.
Mrs. Elizabeth Ojo. Please continue.
Welcome back from that commercial break from our very zestful member who has a dream. But back to the main event. Ladies, I present to you my nominee, our friend and my favorite lady, Mrs. Santa Cruz.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
You were right. Everything I did was a disaster. I give up. Just say it. You told me so.
Probably may regret this. Elizabeth, not everything you do is a disaster.
Don't try to console me. Just let me sit here and wallow in the misery of my defeat.
Remember the dancers you sent to my office?
The lollipop squad?
My boss met them at the gate.
But you instructed the security guard not to let them in. They didn't leave. Such poor manners.
I thought they wanted to leave, but the guard delayed them. He was making a pass at one of them. My boss allowed them perform for the whole office and our productivity tripled.
Really? They liked them?
Some guys postponed their leaves when they heard rumors that the ladies are returning.
I told you it was a good idea.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, if you persist, you just don't know what good fortune may come your way.
Do you think I should carry on?
I'm in this with you 100%.
There's one thing I need from you then.
What?
Clear your schedule. I need all your attention on this campaign.
Elizabeth.
But you said you were in this 100%.
I did. Yes, I did.
Good. There's so much work to be done. Thank you. You're an angel.
No, I am a fool.
Nice shirt. These words tell me something.
That my wife is reliable and stable?
No. In your family, she's the one wearing the trousers.
Good evening, everyone. We're here to listen to the two candidates vying for the post of secretary. On one hand, we have a self-nominated candidate, Mrs. Elizabeth Ojo.
She has a dream.
Don't listen to them. I liked your speech the other day. And so today I'm going to cheer you up.
And on the other hand, we have a candidate supported by Mrs. Williams, a distinguished woman of class, our very own Mrs. Santa Cruz. And now, the first to address us will be Mrs. Santa Cruz.
Thank you. I consider myself to be a very modest person, and so I find it difficult to talk about myself. I prefer not to discuss my top-notch education from schools like Harvard or my personal life with my extremely rich husband. And I can't discuss his vast political connections either.
Wow, she is ghost.
And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would rather point out the wonderful achievements of my rival, Mrs. Elizabeth Ojo. Are you aware that she has won the Philanthropist of the Year award?
Oh my, she looks like a rodent.
And the City Mirror tabloid seems to agree with you. The article on the magazine describes her as a raccoon's incarnate. Another article says, an epileptic monkey must be doing her makeup. Oh, no, and yet another says, even drill monkeys would be sad if they looked this way.
This is an outrage.
Mr. Ojo, please compose yourself.
His wife kept check of her emotions, but he explodes.
I told you, she wears the trousers in the family.
In conclusion, Mrs. Ojo says she has a dream. But I believe that dream will turn out to be a nightmare for all of us. Thank you.
Now, the next to address us will be Mrs. Elizabeth Ojo, immediately after lunch.
This is a sham. Let's go home.
Don't let her get through to you. We'll be fools if we leave now.
Why should we even care? From the very moment we got here, we've been looking like fools.
You are a smooth talker. She will hear your voice and fall in love with you.
Elizabeth, your mother is a human being. Just pick up the phone and call her.
I'm not calling my mother.
Who are you so anxious about then?
According to this list, the women who have been attending the meeting only make up 1/3 of the people who can vote.
So if you can convince the remaining 2/3 to vote for you, Brilliant.
I thought so too.
Now I can tell the kids the coast is clear.
Hello, Mrs. Baturi. Yes, good afternoon. I am Elizabeth Ojo and I... Hello? Hello? She dropped the phone on me.
Maybe you called at a bad time. Try another person.
Mommy, there's a...
Hello. Yes, I'm Elizabeth Ojo and... Hello? No, I have not been to prison. I am Elizabeth Ojo. We live in the same neighborhood. Hello? Hello?
You hungry?
Mommy, there's a...
Hello, yes, Mrs. Baturi. Our call got cut off abruptly. So, when should I call you back? I see. Ever? Hello? Hello? What is going on?
You are an ex-convict with the tattoo of a python on your back running down to your kneecaps. According to myweirdneighbor.com.
Elizabeth Ojo learned knife fighting while serving a long prison sentence. She beats her subservient husband for fun. He's tried to run away several times, but she always drags him back.
Who could have done that?
That's it. I am going to give that Mrs. Santa Cruz a piece of my mind.
Elizabeth, calm down.
Oh, I'm calm. Help me find her and calmly rip her to shreds with my prison fighting skills.
Why didn't you stop her, Daddy?
She forgot the car keys and her purse. If she somehow makes it to Mrs. Santa Cruz, she deserves to be on my weirdneighbor.com.
May 1,000 fleas find abode in your armpits. Is it a comment someone wrote to Mrs. Santa Cruz?
She seems to have made another enemy.
I pray 1,000 mosquitoes make love in your ears.
Same person.
Someone else. It goes on and on. It seems she has a habit of spreading horrible rumors about people. I just wish there was a way we could help Mommy.
I have an idea.
That's odd.
That's odd.
You coming up with an idea. Your brain only comes to life when you see girls. What do you have in mind?
Something brilliant. We get even.
Now I'm beginning to get worried.
If you want to vote for Mrs. Santa Cruz, you can place your tickets inside this box. And if you want to vote for Mrs. Elizabeth Ojo, you can place your ballot inside here. Again, I apologize because whoever did this is being childish.
If this is the good reason you asked me to come here for, to endure this humiliation, don't bother coming home.
Don't. Be patient.
And now, my distinguished fellow members, the moment has come. You can cast your votes.
Just what I thought. Chicken. You don't have the kahunas. You're still a gullible, lily-livered, rich idiot
like the rest of the people in this neighborhood. Mrs. Williams, all of them, gullible fools. What is the meaning of this? Turn that thing off now! See this sense? My husband thinks I thought it was.
Oh my. I hope you're not hurt.
Never not been to prison. I broke someone. I can assure you, this is all just one big misunderstanding.
Who's the fool now, Mrs. Santa Cruz? Well, I guess it's not too early to say congratulations.
Oh, Taffy, I can't thank you enough.
Don't thank me. Thank them.
You too? How did you do this?
You made an old enemy of Miss Santa Cruz go visit her with our hidden camera. The rest was magic.
I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Nicole.
But it was me who...
Oh, yes, I know, Samuel. You placed the camera. Thank you.
But it was my...
What? This calls for a celebration.
Congratulations, Elizabeth. It was my mistake. But deep down inside, I always knew you'd make an excellent executive member.
I always knew you would take the high road, especially when shame was imminent.
Wasn't that childish? In politics, some things you overlook.
Congratulations, madam.
I'm sorry. My wife is too busy right now to speak to some flabby tout suffering from verbal diarrhea. Hello? This way, please.
That wasn't childish?
It was. I felt real good. I had a dream.
Taffy.